guys, I'm Madison Tomaino, here to do my in the bag, PDGA number 60798. We are here at Shampooey State Park. It's a wonderful disc golf course just about half an hour south of Portland. And I'm here to show you what I am going to throw. First off, I am carrying the Bp2 Prodigy Bag. This bag is amazing. It's a lighter weight version of the Bp1, which I appreciate because I don't like to carry a bunch of extra weight around, but it still has really nice accessory pockets so you can carry around a sweatshirt, extra water, granola bars, and lots of chapstick. I'm gonna go ahead and get started with my drivers. Two of my favorite drivers are these max weight first run D4s. I think the first run Prodigy plastic is money. And I carry two of these. One of these is very beat in. I use this for an Anheuser shot, or if I want a hyzer flip for distance, this one will go about a mile. And then I carry another one. It's more stable. This one's fresh out of the bag, only been thrown a few times, and I know that this one is going to come back left no matter what. Next, I have my max weight 400G D6. Now this is a very understable driver. You can put it on a hyzer, it's always going to flip to flat, sometimes it's going to end up going right. It also holds an Anheuser line really nicely while still giving you a lot of glide and distance. This one I'm really excited about. I just put it in the bag. This is a 400 plastic X5, and this stamp is from the Columbia Cup at the McCormick Park, which is actually happening this coming October, so I'm really excited to play in that. The X series, if you haven't thrown them, are really great max distance drivers. They have more glide than the D series, so you're going to get more distance out of them. The X5 is on the more understable of the spectrum, but I find that if you put it on a hyzer, it's going to get you that max distance. It's going to turn out right and then give you that nice S line to come back. In fact, I like the X5 so much I decided to carry a first run X3 as well. This one, A, is a really pretty color. It's rare to find such a nice green color in the Prodigy lineup, but it's always going to come back left. It's more stable. The way Prodigy works, they number all of their discs from 1 to 6. So 1 is the most stable, or 6 is the most unstable. So this is the X3. It's pretty stable, but it's still going to give you a significant amount of glide, more so than I would think the D series. I throw this when I want to come back left. There's no danger of me flipping this over, but I still am going to get about 300 feet of distance out of it. My last driver is this Chris Dickerson Core Team, the X3. This is a beefy disc. It's a great plastic. The Core Team series feels good in the hand. I know I can't flip it over and I know it's going to come back left. It's great for playing in the wind. It's great for having to get around a tree. Yeah, it just feels really good, and we like to support our core team. So that's my drivers. I don't have that many of them. I really like to focus on the fairways for more controlled shots. So we'll move right into those. This is my Street Team Stamp H1V2. Prodigy recently redid all of their H series, and if you haven't gotten to throw them, you should. They have more glide, they feel better in the hand, they have a different edge than the original H series, and it feels a lot better to me. This is the H1V2. It's very similar to a Firebird. It has a lot of glide, but it's going to come back left. It's very stable. Really like this one. The next one is the H3V2. This is more like a Thunderbird. It's very straight. It's great for a controlled shot through a tight fairway. You can throw at about 50% power and you know that it's going to stay on the line that you put it on. This is one of my favorite discs. It's my Columbia Cup Classic 2014 F1. I have beat this in over the past 3 or 4 years, and it's become pretty understable. Normally the F1s are pretty stable, but this one has hit so many trees that it's pretty understable. I use this for tight lines that still need 200 to 250 feet of distance. It's a great S curve. You can force it over and then it'll always come back left because it is one of those F1s. Next we have another Columbia Cup stamped F7. This is 400 plastic, and this is the most understable of the fairway drivers. It's great for anhyzer lines. It's great if you want to put it on a hyzer, know that it will flip flat, and it's great if you need to turn right in a hurry. Next is my sparkly metal flake F5. Pretty much any metal flake disc I can find that Prodigy makes, I love. My arm speed pairs particularly well with the added stability of the metal flake, and they're gorgeous. They look great flying. How could you want anything else? This F5 is right in the middle. Stability wise, it's pretty neutral. You can put all your power behind it. It'll turn over into a nice S curve, but it'll always finish left. This is a great fairway driver, and it's beautiful. All right, now we are getting into mid-ranges. I recently picked up this Metal Flake M3, and I'm really liking what it does. I can get about 150 feet out of it, and it will always come back to the left. It's called an M3. It's in the same series, you know, ranging from 1, most stable, to 6, least stable. The M3 is right in the middle. It's a pretty neutral disc. You can really put some muscle behind it and know that it's still going to come back left. Then I have my M4. This is a 300S. It's feels more like base plastic. And the M4 means that it's understable. So if I'm in a tricky spot behind a tree, I can ante this out. It has more glide than a putter. So if I ever need to really turn right in a hurry, this is my go-to mid-range. I also have a pink Columbia Cup stamped M4. This is 400 plastic, which makes it a little bit more stable than my 300S plastic, but it's still a great, in my arm, it's a neutral mid-range. If I want to turn it right, I can. If I want to turn it left, I can. Pretty much any line you put it on, this disc will stick. And then we get into the A series. These are fairly recent additions to the Prodigy lineup, and they're a really fun little niche in between a putter and a mid-range. They're smaller, like a putter. They have interesting edges, but they feel really good in my hand. This is the A1. It is the most beefy putt and approach disc you can find. It is more stable than a Gator. It is more stable than a Drone. It's great for the wind. It's great for if you're feeling extra powerful and you're yanking everything over. You won't be able to yank over an A1. I use this if I need to get around a tree for short distances, if I know that I can't finish right. It's a really great utility disc for me because I know that it's gonna only go a short distance and it's gonna hook left hard. The A series also doesn't get much skip, which is nice if you're playing in a particularly skippy terrain. You wanna know that this isn't gonna skip 50 feet past the basket. So I keep an A1, and then I also keep an A4, which you would think because it's an A4, it's super understable, but don't be fooled, it's still pretty stable. Even when I throw full out, this still finishes left. Although it does get a nice S curve out of it, it's still gonna finish left. It holds a hyzer really well, and again, it's not gonna skip near the basket, so wherever you put it, it's gonna stay. And then, in the top of my bag, I carry 2 putters. I putt with PA1s. They have this nice bead. One is very broken in. This is the one that I use all the time. It's definitely my preference. But then I keep its less worn in twin, just in case, heaven forbid, you lose a putter or it gets muddy. You don't want to have to wipe it off mid-throw. So I keep 2 of them. But this one is definitely my favorite. I have thrown this for about 1.5 years, and a lot of people replace their putters very often, but I seem to really enjoy keeping it. TA1s are a stable putter. I putt on a hyzer, and I'm a pretty strong spin putter, so I need something that can hold up against my strong putting, and these have done a really great job. So that's all the discs in my bag. I always carry a bunch of minis. Carry more minis than you think you're gonna need. I always carry extra chapstick, sunscreen, a hair tie, pencils for keeping score, and lots of water. So if you haven't found a disc that you like and it's keeping you from going out and throwing, just know it's probably the disc and not you. I think everybody can throw. Everybody can play golf. You just need to find a disc that matches your arm speed. Try stuff that's lightweight, try stuff that's heavy. When I started out, a lot of people were suggesting lightweight discs, and I was not throwing them successfully, and it was really frustrating. I think people try and push lightweight discs on women, and that doesn't necessarily match everyone's arm speed. I do better with a max weight, more understable disc. So there's a lot of variations of discs you can throw. Go to a store, go out and throw somebody's entire bag and see what you like. Just don't get discouraged because the first disc you pick up doesn't go a long way. So that's my in the bag. We'll go ahead and wrap it up.